You are beautiful. Emma was an ordinary girl living in a bustling city. She had a kind heart, a curious mind, and a love for art. But she struggled with one thing: her self-image. Every day as she scrolled through social media, she saw pictures of flawless women, perfect hair, flawless skin, and designer clothes. The more she looked, the more she felt like she didn't measure up. She began to question everything about herself: her curly hair that refused to behave, the freckles on her cheeks, and her small, modest wardrobe all seemed wrong. Maybe if I looked like them, she thought, I'd be more confident, more beautiful. Emma stopped looking in the mirror. She avoided taking pictures. She tried to change her appearance, straightened her hair, bought new makeup, and started following fashion trends she didn't even like. But no matter what she did, she still didn't feel beautiful. One day, while browsing an art gallery, Emma came across a painting that made her stop in her tracks. It wasn't perfect by any conventional standards. The brush strokes were messy, and the colors seemed randomly placed, but it had a depth and raw beauty that captured her attention. She stood there for what felt like hours, completely mesmerized. The artist happened to be present, and seeing Emma's fascination, she approached her. "What do you think of the painting?" the artist asked. "It's beautiful," Emma replied, though she couldn't quite explain why. The artist smiled. "This piece wasn't meant to fit any standard of beauty. I painted it to reflect authenticity, with all its imperfections. That's what makes it unique. Beauty isn't about perfection, Emma. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all." Emma's eyes widened. "How did you know my name?" "I didn't," the artist chuckled. "But sometimes people come here who need to hear those words. You seemed like one of them." For the first time in a long while, Emma felt understood. The artist's words echoed in her mind as she left the gallery. She realized that the women she idolized on social media were beautiful in their own way, but that didn't mean she wasn't beautiful too. Her freckles, her curly hair, her unique style, they were part of what made her, her. She didn't need to change who she was to fit someone else's idea of beauty. The next day, Emma stood in front of her mirror and looked at herself differently. She smiled at her reflection, running her fingers through her curls, letting them fall naturally. Her freckles, which she used to hide with makeup, now felt like a part of her identity. She saw beauty, not because she looked like everyone else, but because she finally accepted herself. As Emma began to embrace her true self, her confidence grew. She started posting her art online, sharing her journey of self-acceptance. To her surprise, people responded, telling her how her story inspired them to love themselves too. Soon, Emma's artwork and message of self-love spread. She became a voice for young girls who struggled with the same insecurities she once had. Through her art, she reminded them that beauty was not about perfection, but about being real, being kind, and embracing what makes each person unique. Emma had finally learned the most important lesson of all. True beauty comes from within, and you are beautiful just as you are. To watch more videos, please subscribe this channel.